boy, would you look at this handsome man. I'm going to be talking about the future of HCF. Before we start, please leave a like and comment literally anything. It helps push the YouTube algorithm. And in the state we are right now, literally doing anything could save HCF. So why not? Just leave a like and comment something. So I tried recording this video live and I just kept getting distracted and dying, and I got really upset in the actual recording. So I decided, you know what? I'm just going to voice over everything after, and I'm going to put this in after the fact. Alright, so really the state of HCF is in the most interesting state I think it's ever been in. In fact, if I look at it, okay, like look at it wholeheartedly. Let's look at HCF right now, okay? It's not great, okay? It is currently a Friday afternoon. It is end of the world for a lot of servers, and there's less than 100 people on the top servers right now. That's not a good look for HCF at the moment. Now, while I'm saying this is not good for HCF at the moment, I wanted to talk about the future. So this video is obviously titled The Future of HCF for a reason. We're going to be talking about what is to come for HCF, what I believe will happen, and why I don't think it's the end. Now, before we get in, okay, I do want to state a fun fact. The initial end of HCF was supposed to take place in 2015. We had this like very famous Reddit post. No, not very famous, but there was this Reddit post, okay, made by the founder of HCF as an entire game mode, where he says the end of HCF as we know it ends today, or is coming to an end, something like that. Now, HCF clearly has survived an additional 7 years since that post went out, but you know what? I'm getting too hyped into this, okay? Why do I think HCF still has a shot, okay? While every other HCF creator has absolutely given up on the idea of HCF, they've thrown in the towel. We've seen many big HCF content creators leave, like Emo, like, brain farting right now. I Make MC Vids also quit, I believe, as well. A lot of the prominent HCF figures in our community have been leaving. Now, why do I feel like HCF is still a game mode that can survive? Well, it's very complicated, but it has something to do with our biggest change yet, or one of our biggest features being added to the game mode day in and day out, and that is connectivity issues are being fixed. One of my biggest pet peeves for HCF were the fact that it's stuck on such an old version that 99% of people who play Minecraft don't even try the game mode for it, okay? Like, yes, 1.8 is incredibly popular for PvP, but you know the amount of marketing we could get if we could just get HCF into Bedrock, if we could just get HCF into 1.18, 1.19, and that's why I think HCF still has a future. Now let's talk about the future, and a lot of HCF servers have introduced 1.18 compatibility to play with 1.8 players as well. So you can still play your beloved 1.8 HCF, but you can also play with the same people who are playing on 1.18. Now, why do I think that's a good idea? I think that solves a lot of connectivity issues. A lot of people play 1.18 or newer versions because obviously big updates, the Warden, everything related to Minecraft has been added to these newer versions that these older versions do not get access to. And Lunar Client by far has aided us in this ability to make HCF 1.18 to 1.8 friendly. Without Lunar Client, I don't think this is a very, very fair comparison to put the two together. But because of HCF's entire ability here, I think HCF has a lot of potential. And now I want to just go into a little quick thing, okay? Cave PvP, Clash MC, and HC Rival. Two of those servers you've likely not been too familiar with, okay, have introduced 1.8 compatibility with 1.18 and up versions, which means HCF is already moving in this direction. HCF already has a potential. But now, what is this going to solve, okay? Because if we're losing players, we're losing people playing HCF in the first place, okay? What's the point in introducing these new versions if the YouTubers who advertised the game mode in the first place are leaving? They are vanishing from our community. Well, the very main statement I have to put out there for you guys is the fact that HCF YouTubers are going to be gone. HCF YouTubers are going to continue to leave. But that's okay. Because new YouTubers, maybe not even HCF YouTubers, will be what pioneer HEF. For example, if we move into these later versions, we need YouTubers with demographics that reach the people who play the new versions to introduce them to HEF. While having YouTubers who play HEF actively and record it, those people aren't necessarily bringing a lot of new people to the game mode. It's the people who are coming outside of HEF and stepping in that are bringing new people. Now, this is a great opportunity for HEF. Now, I do want to I do not want to highlight the current state of HEF, but I'm going to. HEF is not in a fun state. HEF is losing players by the minute. Now, how can we preserve what's left of HEF? To be honest with you, I don't know if we even can. I think HEF over the next year or two is going to adapt into a very, very different game mode. Just as it's done every few years, it's changed drastically. I mean, literally, we had these like super hardcore worlds that were basically playing hardcore Minecraft with a group of people and then fighting them in groups, to partner items. That's a huge difference, okay? Ability items, like basically becoming superheroes in Minecraft HEF. It's already changed so much, and I believe it's just going to keep changing. I think the fundamentals of HEF are just going to get ripped out of the core of HEF, and it's going to become an entirely different game mode with the name HEF still plastered all over it. Now, is that terrible? It depends how you look at it. If you look at HEF as this beautiful game mode that it should be preserved, that is exactly what it is, well then that's terrible. But if you look at HEF as a game mode that you just want to exist, and just for the pure memories and the pure like ability to keep HEF as a functioning game mode, well, this is good. You know, abandoning the very home roots of HEF is what's probably going to keep HEF afloat. You know, we got to appeal to what HEF and Minecraft wants out of servers these days. Now, I'm not saying we should abandon HEF entirely. I'm saying this is what I predict for HEF. I think HEF is going to enter a state of rebuild, where it's probably going to be at its lowest state for a little while. But once it returns and comes back, it's going to be a different game. In fact, it might as well be its own game because it doesn't even fit Minecraft at this point. It's its own game. Let's be honest. HEF is just going to develop into more and more of its own game the more and more we exist, okay? Like, the more HEF gets its updates, the more HEF is going to look entirely different. And the more I believe HEF has this really weird sensation of being able to pull off the biggest upset or comeback in game mode history. Let's be honest, like, I've always thought HEF would never last. I've always talked about it. And I still believe HEF will inevitably have a day it dies. But I don't think that day is coming right now. I think we at least still owe it to the HEF community to continue to push, to continue to make content, and to continue to keep HEF afloat at what it is. Now, that's why I come into my duty, and I'm going to tell you guys my personal future for HEF. I'm going to be changing my content style. Not by a lot, but you guys are going to see me make more 1.18 friendly content. I'm not going to be not making HEF content. I'm still going to be making HEF content. I'm just going to be referring to everything in a way that will appeal to people of a bigger audience, so we can try to grow the HEF community right here for my own YouTube channel. Now, obviously, I don't think I'm going to return HEF to state by myself. I obviously believe this is a team effort that the entire community has to be a part of to get HEF into a point where we can really see growth again. But I want to do my personal part in growing HEF, which means if that means I have to start calling diamond swords instead of saying sharpness 1, or saying like this is my sharp sword, I don't know. However these new HEF community demographics have to refer to things, I'm going to change my content style. And I'm going to make content that is arguably more entertaining for the viewer than I ever have before. Now, it might be a little different to my current viewers, but when I say a little different, you're still going to be getting the best, absolutely funniest caster content that I can possibly provide for you guys. Now, I don't know why I keep saying the word now. I'm going to use a different word. Furthermore, HEF is different. I can't stress this enough, that HEF is going to be different. And I want you guys to be okay with that. Because what's the point in being the same? Let's be honest. HEF's been the same for the past year, and we've only seen people leave. So instead of holding on to what is holding us back, I say we let go and jump into the future of HCF, and I want you guys to join me, okay? If you made it this far, please leave a like on today's video and comment any idea you have for HCF, or literally anything for that matter, because that will help push this video to show that the HCF community is not going out without a fight. Anyways, I love you guys all. Peace out.